Mild cheddar is aged between 1 and 3 months. Right in this brief, early window of its creation, it holds on to a profoundly high moisture content. The physical result of this youth is this beautifully smooth, effortlessly pliable texture that just gently yields to the touch. It's the absolute foundation of the craft, the delicate, fresh beginning of a truly long journey.
Section 1. Mild and Medium Cheddar.
The essence of mild cheddar is rooted entirely in its fresh dairy flavor. We're talking a clean butteriness and just a very light, delicate saltiness with almost zero sharpness. It's fundamentally unchallenging. It melts easily, incredibly evenly, and seamlessly integrates into whatever dish it touches. It's literally meant to disappear into the food, offering pure comfort rather than demanding your palate's active attention. But time leaves a tangible mark. As the cheese hits that 3-month threshold and pushes into the 3 to 6 month mark, it firmly transitions into medium cheddar. Those bacterial cultures are beginning their slow, steady work of breaking down the proteins inside.
Comparing the two, the physical shifts taking place are unmistakable. The texture definitively leaves behind that initial pliability, feeling noticeably firmer in your hands. And the flavor evolution is just as distinct. It steps away from those purely fresh milk notes into a much more defined, recognizable cheese character. Yet, it remains an entirely accessible experience, delivering that comforting familiarity without wandering into territory that's going to surprise your senses.
Section 2. Sharp and extra sharp cheddar.
Crossing the 6 to 9 month threshold brings us to a profound turning point in the aging room: sharp cheddar. Moisture is continuously leaving the paste, fundamentally altering its physical structure. It gets markedly firmer, expressing this beautiful, delicate, crumbling nature right at the edges. And the definition of this sharpness is deeply visceral. The cheese now pushes back against the palate rather than simply coating it. This assertive tanginess comes directly from lactic acid, meticulously produced by bacterial cultures during the ongoing fermentation. It is the literal physical definition of the sharp bite that just abruptly awakens the senses and demands a pairing with equally full-flavored accompaniments.
Pushing past 9 months, extending up to 12 months or even slightly longer, we cross over into extra sharp territory. The tanginess deepens immensely here. The flavor profile transforms into something far more demanding. It becomes deeply layered and beautifully complex. This is the stage that genuinely rewards strict attention as the true depth of the aging process really starts to reveal itself to us.
A profound physical manifestation of time itself emerges right here: tyrosine crystals. These are natural amino acid deposits formed intricately during the breakdown of proteins over many, many months. And, to be absolutely clear, they are explicitly not salt. Their emergence in the paste is undeniable physical proof, a testament written directly into the cheese itself that it has been given the real, uninterrupted time required to develop genuine depth.
Section 3. Aged Cheddar.
Moving deliberately beyond the mass market, we step into a quiet realm reserved purely for patience, the 12 to 18-month stage of aged cheddar. This is where the true complex character of prolonged, controlled storage manifests in ways completely distinct from anything younger. Tracing this evolution, the structural shift is just deeply striking. Moving from mild at 1 month to sharp at 6 months, and finally reaching aged at 12 months, the paste becomes intensely denser. It becomes decidedly granular. Visually, those once pale tones slowly, irreversibly deepen toward a rich, evocative golden amber. In the dark of the aging room, an invisible chemistry is at work. There is a massive, undeniable rise in glutamate concentration as the cheese ages past a year. This profound chemical elevation brings an intense, savory depth, delicate hints of caramel, and a long, lingering finish. It completely transforms the cheese entirely. It's no longer simply an ingredient, but a deeply satisfying standalone food.
Section 4. Vintage Cheddar.
Vintage cheddar represents a deeply serious stage in the maturation process. This is a commitment reaching a minimum of 15 to 18 months, often considerably longer. It is a period where the cheese takes on a demanding and heavily concentrated new identity. The physical reality of the cheese alters once again at this stage. The texture shifts dramatically from merely firm to almost brittle in places. Because of the highly pronounced crystalline structure permeating this brittle paste, the interior actually catches ambient light differently, fracturing in these jagged, incredibly beautiful shards when you break it apart.
The flavor evolution here requires absolute focus. It delivers a highly concentrated savory punch.
Distinct, evocative notes of toasted nuts and dried fruit emerge from the deep complexities of the paste, often accompanied by something almost caramelized. And the finish is extraordinary. It lingers heavily on the palate for 30 seconds or more, a literal echoing reminder of the time it took to create.
Section 5. 2-Year Cheddar. Entering the 24-month mark brings us to 2-Year Cheddar. This dense, beautifully flaky cheese has journeyed so incredibly far that it is entirely unrecognizable from those young, plastic-wrapped blocks resting on everyday supermarket shelves. 24 months of waiting results in a stark, defining drop in moisture content. The tyrosine crystals are now breathtakingly abundant throughout the dense paste. You can clearly, physically feel them on your tongue, offering this distinct, satisfying friction with absolutely every single bite.
The flavor dynamics at this stage are staggering in their complexity. It is a powerful, multidimensional sensory experience. An immediate, piercing sharpness abruptly opens into a wildly expansive earthy depth. And right alongside that earthiness comes a profound sweetness, born entirely from the slow, relentless caramelization of residual milk sugars over 2 unbroken years.
Section 6. 3-Year Cheddar. We finally arrive at the 36-month stage, the ultimate realm of 3-year cheddar. The texture here is genuinely hard, bearing a deeply granular quality that strongly echoes a young Parmigiano Reggiano. It's a cheese that has survived longer than most in the world ever reach. 3 years is an eternity in the life of a cheese. After this immense span of 36 months, those amino acid crystals have grown so incredibly large and so prominent that they audibly crunch between your teeth. It's a profound physical sensation that speaks directly to the sheer weight of time.
The visual metamorphosis is profound and absolute, as time has systematically stripped away the moisture and concentrated the deepest essence within the paste. The color has deepened to a striking, beautiful, burnished gold. The profile at 3 years commands absolute reverence. It possesses an extraordinary, deeply mouth-coating savory concentration. The sharpness is no longer merely biting, it is utterly commanding. It leaves a dense, resonant finish that can genuinely last for a full minute or more, cementing an unforgettable mark on your palate.
This intense, aged spirit of a cheese demands slow, deliberate, and unbroken attention. A small piece eaten slowly reveals infinitely more than a large portion eaten quickly. Its intensity demands attention.